Okay, hello, my blooms. So I'm finally gonna be watching. Oh no. Okay, hello, blooms. So I'm gonna be reacting to their Sweet Tooth MV as well as their lyric videos for the other three songs that I have not heard from the Flames album. Yes, Flames album. So I'm curious to see what this is gonna end up sounding like in comparison with Paru Paro, and then obviously we've Shaggy. It's on this album as well, and obviously First Love. So I'm very curious to see like what kind of different genres are gonna end up hitting this time around. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and watch the MV for Sweet Tooth first, and then the other three songs, lyric videos for the songs, shall follow afterwards. Oh, oh, okay.
You obviously like what I'm
Oh, hey.
It's probably not so good for me, but I don't care at all.
It's kind of giving like.
Candy crush, I hope it's never gone. Soon I'll get a cavity deep inside my heart. But how can I self-regulate? Your love has got me hooked. I should try something healthy, but it never tastes as good.
Hey. It's very like chill and mellow, but like kind of like that groovy kind of.
Problem with a heart of candy rocks. You really have to work for it, but still don't get a lot.
I like the visuals of this though. It's very Midnight Drive.
But how can I self-regulate? Your love has got me hooked. I should try something healthy, but it never tastes as good.
Hey. Come on, Mika. Oh. Oh, okay. So. Oh, I love the sunset sky. Ooh, okay, come on, choreo.
When the lights go out and the noise has stopped, we still have each other.
Aww.
And that's the sweetest.
Aww. That was so cute, y'all. Because I think, like I said, it was giving very much like they're talking about like maybe a toxic relationship with how, you see Mika at the very beginning kind of like zoning out, like, like thinking about something or like going through something. And then the rest of the members are just like, hey, girl, what's up? Like, what? Like, come on, let's go. We're going to go like hang out, like, and kind of like as a distraction. But then also, when it gets to, I believe, is it Stacy? Is it Stacy or is it Aya? Okay, Stacy. So when like her like ripping or breaking the necklace off and kind of like running off is kind of seeming like, oh, like I'm finally like it's probably like a memento from that relationship, and it's giving like, oh, I'm finally free of it, and kind of ready to like let loose and like enjoy everything now that I don't have to worry about it. And then going through like that support with the rest of the members is kind of giving like, oh, like even though, especially with what Mika ended up saying at the end, it seemed like, oh, even though they were going through that, like, that relationship, and it like didn't seem like it was working out, even though you tried to like work it out as much as you wanted to because you really liked or loved that person. It's giving like, oh, like we still, even if that doesn't work out, you still have us to, rely on, and we'll always support you. And, if you need us, like, through anything, we'll always be there. It's giving very much that. But then I was also like saying like, oh, maybe like it was maybe talking about also maybe like the fandom, but I think it's more so like, talking about that friendship, within the group as well. But I kind of want to watch the MV again because I kind of want to see what else you kind of notice in here. Because like I said, you can tell like it's supposed to be like them enjoying like the nightlife, but then like something is definitely on Mika's mind. And then it's like, oh, like, hey, like, yeah.
Love is sweet like watermelon gum. It's probably not so good for me, but I don't care at all. Your skin be crushed, I hope it's never gone. Soon I'll get a cavity deep inside my heart.
So I'm saying, it seems like it's talking about like,
Self-regulate, your love has got me hooked. I should try something healthy, but it never tastes.
yeah, I think that's what they're talking about. I think it's talking about like a toxic relationship, maybe because of that, like that healthy and that sweet, and like kind of like comparing it to that. When it comes to a toxic relationship, like it's always like, oh, like so one person's always like, I just love them so much, I can't let them go, even though I know they're not good for me. So it's giving very much that.
But how can I self-regulate? Your love has got me hooked. I should try something healthy, but it never tastes as good. Be my sweet tooth.
See, the song's already getting catchy. It reminds me a lot of Secrets with Ige, that similar kind of like groovy kind of vibe. Yeah, you see what I mean? Yeah, and you see like she ended up ripping and then kind of like running off to like be like, oh, and then that band-aid too. Hey. It's just so pretty, the background too. But you see what I mean? Like they're kind of like now enjoying the nightlife with each other, and like that support system to help them like kind of get over the heartbreak too. You know what I mean? And those problems. Oh, I love how that gum bursting turned into like the fireworks.
When the lights go out and the noise has stopped, we still have each other. And that's the sweetest.
You see what I mean? Like it's kind of giving that too. I love that. Yeah, it's like very much giving, that a little bit maybe like a toxic relationship maybe. And it's interesting how I, kind of throwing back how all the different types of like love and like relationships that happen with first love. But okay, we're gonna move on to the next song, which is Infinity. So I'm curious to see what this is gonna end up sounding like, or in terms of like if it's gonna be, because the last one was all in English, right? So I'm wondering like if it's gonna be a mixture of songs like or if that's gonna be the only song that's gonna be in English, and the rest of them are gonna be like a mixture of like, normally like how they do Tagalog and a little bit of like English lines here and there. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and listen.
Sa ating bawat paghinga, sinisigaw ay isa.
Ooh. I like how it's just the member on the bottom who's singing. I wonder if there's supposed to be like Forget-Me-Nots in the background. see, it's that infinity is from like the license plate of the Mustang in the last video. Hey, come on, Mika. It's very much giving their journey to becoming BINI and the struggles they have to go through. Yeah, and seeing like also talking about like if things like the struggles we go along the way while we're going through this journey together as well, like we need to like continue to fight them because you know, because we have each other to rely on as well. But also like you see how it looks like fireworks, kind of referencing the ending of the last MV2. The ad-libs and the vocals, yeah, oh my god. And it kind of seems like a chanting kind of like thing too, you know? Ooh, okay. Oh, like BINI forever. Oh. Yeah, it's giving very much, you know, like saying talking about like their journey and you know them like their whole process of becoming a groom and all the struggles that they go through to be able to achieve what they have as of now, and then also like still continuing because you know it doesn't just end there with you know them finally like gaining the success. There's still gonna be like problems. There's still gonna be like certain like struggles that they have to go through as well once you know as they keep going and like as a group together. But it's also kind of giving you know the at the very end it's like you know kind of them like also maybe like thanking the fans for like continuing to support them thus far, and that's why they're also like we're also the reason why they continue doing what they're doing and you know keep pushing to you know strive to be better, and you know through all of the you know new experiences that they end up getting from being in this group, right? But yeah, I really liked that. I was not expecting. I was wondering what kind of like genres they were gonna end up hitting, just because you know like they have done like a good like different kind. We've done like a strong concept. We've done like R&B. We've done like more cutesy. Like we've done like more like chiller, and we like we done. They have done a ballad before, so like very interesting to see. It's more like this is definitely like more like a power ballad, and then it's like kind of seeming kind of chanting at the end, like kind of like a fan kind of song maybe at the or to, like, for like at the end of a concert whenever you know they're having their light sticks and they have like that slow little like that slow little session, and they'll be like you know it's kind of giving off that vibe. But yeah, I really like this song a lot, and definitely like can see and you can kind of you know see you can it helps you kind of see and understand you know their feelings of what they went through, in my opinion, like and how they've gotten stronger from it and will continue to do so in the future. But okay, we're gonna move on to the next song, y'all. Definitely a lot more chiller.
I know that you'll be coming around.
Okay.
Soon. I'm reminiscing about
I love how this also like sunset kind of reminds us of that of the Sweet Tooth MV2. how it's also like talking about like love, like the like first love. Ooh, come on, Mika.
Got me going crazy. You know I miss my baby. Need you on a daily. Come and let's be lazy. Don't need to serenade me. yakap una. Di kita malilimutan. You belong with me. Sa bawat sandali. I can't wait to see you again. Gusto kita makita, mayakap, malamig. It feels like a mess.
Oh, I like that they're being inclusive, and they're talking about the LGBTQ community here too. Because we saw like the two girls, now it's two men now. Like, oh, so talking about like the different types of forms of love as well. Which makes more sense too, because like the sky looks like a sunset, but it's like a rainbow sunset, you know? Ooh, I like this little. I like the little outro part. Oh, I really like that they were inclusive with the different graphics in the background, because it's like just talking about love in general. You know, love is for everyone. It's not necessarily like, oh, it has to be certain, like, you know, it has to be like hetero. Like it can be like, you know, it can be LGBTQ. You know, it doesn't matter. There's different forms in it. So it's very interesting how this is kind of tying in as well with first love, and how that was talking about, you know, different types of relationships, the different forms of love, and also touched upon that as a topic. So I think it's very much tying everything together, especially with like the visuals too. How I said like there's certain things like with the last one with Infinity, you saw like the infinite sign like on the license plate of the Mustang that they were driving, and then also like they filmed in the sunset, where here is also like a sunset as well, and it's also talking about, that one's also talking about a different form of love and like relationship with like which I was thinking, like I said, more of like maybe like a toxic relationship, but also talking about like, oh, you know, that bond with, you know, your friends, like look out for you and, you know, cheer you up when you need it. So it was giving like, it's very interconnected, especially with also with how Infinity was also talking about, you know, their bond as a group and how far they've come, and how they all can always like rely on each other, as also, and also like the relationship they kind of have with blooms as well. It's kind of, it's nice to see how everything's tying together. But yeah, I really like, so far I really like this album. I still have one more song, but for this one it kind of reminded me a little bit of Best Part by her and Daniel Caesar. Like it's just like the chill kind of like guitar, like, you know, vibe, in my opinion, because, you know, and then there's also that little, there's a certain section in here that, you know, it kind of sounds like it's been recorded like on a like a different kind of recording device, and it sounds like kind of like not as clear, and it, like it's just going back straight to like acoustic guitar, which I was like, oh, like I really like the difference in that. But kind of also talking about like memories in a way, in this whole, you know, talking about like them going through like this relationship, and, you know, I have to be, you know, I don't want to be with anyone but you, and it's giving that very much that. But okay, we're gonna move on to the last song, y'all. Oh. Okay. Not BINI, I'm dead. Hey. Oh, are they talking about like body positivity? Oh, they're. Y'all see what I mean? Like they're in. It's like fun, but like there's a deeper meaning to it, because they're talking about like just embracing like yourself, like how that you're like beautiful no matter what you look like, even if you have, despite like what body shape you have, you know, body shape is beautiful, you know what I mean? You know, it's talking about self-worth too, like, you know, and body positivity. I also like how like the graphics are showing us the different types of like body types to embrace, and you know, just like, you know, be positive in like yourself and your looks. Don't like change for anyone. Don't let anyone affect the way you see yourself. Oh, I like that. That was a good way to end off the. I don't know if this is the last song on the album, but it's a good way to like tie everything together, because it's like, also, like I said before, it's, I think the whole theme of the album is talking about the different types of forms of love. So like, we've seen different types already with the other songs, and this one's definitely talking about like self-love and like, you know, your own self-worth, you know, body image, and you know, not letting anyone affect the way you see yourself. And you know, because every like body type is beautiful, everyone's beautiful, like no matter what like that body type you are, no matter what skin color you are, like any, like it doesn't matter, like you shouldn't let anyone else like judge you, or like, you know, let anyone else affect that view of yourself. Because if you feel like confident, and you know, that's all that matters, you know what I mean, that's should be the only opinion that matters, no one else's except for your own. So that's what I'm saying. It's just interesting how the whole concept of it, from starting off from First Love, was, you know, them kind of maybe teasing, or, you know, kind of giving us the, like, you know, not spoiler, but like a little like hidden message of like, oh, that song was about like different types of forms of relationships and love, and they kind of like touched upon each one, I feel like, or different kinds, at least in the rest of the album, with exception of Shaggedy, because Shaggedy is more like, you know, a more upbeat like fun song, which I feel like Bikini is also like fun, but it has a deeper meaning, and you know, them talking about like I said, body image, and you know, it's like being positive about yourself, and you know, not letting anyone else affect you. So it's, like I said, really interesting how that all of them kind of like tie in, all the songs kind of tie into each other in that aspect, and it just like makes the concept more clear. But yeah, I really enjoyed this album for sure. Obviously, like when also getting to hear like the different genres that they play with, because you know, like they have done it all at this point. You know, that we've done like more like a harder like girl crush concept. We've done definitely a lot of cutesy, definitely like we have had one other ballad, we have had like, you know, like R&B now. So it's like interesting to see like how far they've kind of grown, and you know, kind of like taking the time to like experiment with their sound, but then also kind of still like throw like play around with it, and you know, continue like to, you know, some of the songs like kind of like remind you of other like on their discography. So it's not anything like too super crazy, you know, they're just like, oh, like okay, like, you know. And then their vocals are always so powerful, the lyrics are always so great, because it's like them, like I said, having a clear message of what they want to give to their fans, or like people, anyone who listens to their music. So you can see that, oh, like it's something you can look back on and like seek comfort in, and you know, seek like, what's it called, not like, not kind of like advice in a way, but also, you know, kind of if you're feeling a certain way, you know, kind of bring up your mood, and you know, like them giving these messages of different, like, you know, kind of like, oh, like you still have people around you, you know, that worry about you, love you, focus on like that you need to like focus on more if you're going through like certain, you know, issues or certain like problems or like certain struggles. Like you still have all those people that to rely on. But then also, you know, talking about like body positivity, and you know, kind of, you know, embracing yourself as you are, and not letting anyone else like judge you for that, or anyone else like change that for you. But then also like the different types of like relationships in love itself, where they're talking about like I said, Sweet Tooth kind of reminded me of a sounding like a toxic relationship, with how they were describing, you know, sweets, and like not it not being always healthy for you, but you still can't help but like continuing to like seek it. So it's like, oh, like it's very much giving like, oh, I know this person's not good for me, but I still love them so much. So like, what can I do? Like, I don't want to, but I think I have to end up breaking up with them, and then seeking comfort in, you know, the people around you that are always gonna be there for you when things go wrong. But yeah, I really like the album. And it's just like, yeah, because it's very interesting to see how different types of styles that they ended up experimenting with. But and then also like how I was saying, how if they were gonna do mostly, if they're gonna do just like one English and the rest were like Tagalog or like English, which is like what I suspected. So it's like them still kind of paying, like not changing completely, and you know, kind of giving, you know, international fans a little taste of like, you know, English, but then also like still paying homage to like them being Filipino, being P-pop group. So with that, but I do, and also am happy that they did like lyric videos for the other songs that we have, that newer songs that we haven't seen, or like also on the MV we got lyrics, or not lyrics, we didn't get lyrics, it was in English, right? But so the international blooms were able to, you know, and see what they're trying to, what message they're trying to give us through the songs, and make it easier that way. And so then you can also like follow along and be like, oh, like understand immediately what they're trying to like portray, and you know, give the messages about to like their fans to, you know, if, you know, to seek comfort in, or you know, kind of like, oh, like you can relate to, right? But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I shall see you in the next one.